It's another day in paradise, and it's rainy and windy outside. So we are so glad we have our new Qi-Gong studio. So today we're going to continue with our chair Qi-Gong, and I hope that you are safe and warm and comfortable. And you didn't eat a huge breakfast before we started our Qi-Gong. So hopefully we're going to be able to sit on the edge of our seat. And we're going to start with the morning Qi-Gong, which is what I call bed Qi-Gong. So when you wake up in the morning, you're laying flat in bed, you're going to find your belly button, you're going to put your hand there, and you're going to do 8 concentric circles and ever widening circles till you get from your pubic bone all the way up to the bottom of the breastbone. Okay, so we're going to do that 8 times. Then we're going to go into the groin. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We go in the other groin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we're going to do the arms, starting with the heart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hyperextend the wrist, and you're going to hit this little corner here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then we're going to do the lungs. So we're going to start right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then you're going to hyperextend the wrist, and you're going to hit this point right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then we're going to do the pericardium. So we're going to start here for the pericardium. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then hyperextend the wrists. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, of course, we're going to do the other side. And so you're going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we're going to do that 2 more times. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And now we're going to switch to the other side, starting with the heart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. Hyperextend the wrist. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And now the lung. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. Hyperextend the wrists. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And now the pericardium. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hyperextend the wrists. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, you must realize that you're hitting with the pericardium. That's what you're actually drumming with. The center of that point is the pericardium. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2. Okay, that is touch. So there are 6 senses. There's smelling, there's vision, there's intuition, there's hearing, there's taste, and there's touch. And we started with touch. So we're going to go backwards in the sequence today just for the fun of it. So after touch, which is actually only 1% of your brain power. So what we're going to do is we're going to click the teeth 32 times. Now we're going to pluck the sternocleidomastoid, which connects the jaw muscle to the pectoral muscle. So we're going to pluck this 16 times. Now what's under the SCM is the thyroid, the parathyroid, which control your metabolism and your calcium-magnesium balance. So we want to keep this as loose as possible. So my famous saying, and I want you to remember this and repeat it, stop the confusion, go pluck yourself. Now, why do I say that? Because how does the blood get from your heart to your brain? And the answer is through your neck. And if you've got turtleneck or Uber neck or texting neck or computer neck, this is how we break up that stagnation, okay? Now, you're going to massage the masseter muscle for about 10 seconds. That feels so good. Now, you're going to open your jaw. You're going to put your index finger behind the ear, and your middle finger is going to be next to the tragus, which is the flap behind the ear, in front of the ear. And now you're going to do 8 jaw rotations. And now it's important that you realize that you have to go in a complete circle, and you have to push in. When you open your jaw, you have to push your fingers in, and it might hurt a little, but don't be concerned about that. Be more concerned about rotating the jaw. And now you're going to use your tongue to crawl across the outside of the teeth, the top, outside of the teeth at the bottom, inside at the bottom, inside of the top. So outer, outer, inner, inner. We're going to do that 8 times. And that is saliva that you feel, and you should swallow that saliva because it contains digestive enzymes. And it's also antiseptic against bacteria, virus, fungus, and parasites in your teeth. And so before they invented toothbrushes, we used to suck our teeth. And that was the old-fashioned way of cleaning teeth until we discovered the tooth brush in India, which was actually a chew stick. And it was a branch of the neem tree. And you would chew on it, and then you would actually brush your teeth by chewing the ends of the neem twig. So now the next one is going to be the ear. Now there's 8 parts to the ear massage. There's over 60 acupuncture points on your ear. So the lobe is one, which contains the head and the face. The cave, which is the chest cavity. There's a little lip, and then there's another cave, which is the abdominal cavity. And then there's another lip, and there's another little hollow, which is the pelvic cavity. And then at the very top of the ear is the allergy point. And then we're going to massage down the edge of the ear, which is the hands, arms, shoulder, and neck. And then we're going to go up the back of the ear, which is the spine of the ear. And then we're going to go up the front spine of the ear, which is the front of the spine. And then we're going to pick the tragus, which is the hunger, thirst, and the adrenal point. So we're going to start with a little friction, creating some heat, and now you're going to cover your ear. Now we're going to do that again, only this time we're going to bend the ears forward for about 10 seconds. Now you're going to grab the lobe of the ear and you're going to pull 30 times. And now index finger in the ear. Now if you're a lady and you've got long fingernails, you're going to have to do it flat, but if you're a guy, you just go straight in. And now we're going to go back and forth with the abdominal cavity. And then the triangular fossa, 30 circles forward. And now we're going to massage down the edge of the ear 10 times. Okay, now we're going to use the thumbs and we're going to go up the back of the ear. Ten times. Now, there's this little natural curve to the ear that represents the front of the spine. This little flap right here is the tragus. This little nipple right here is the antitragus. This is the actual brain point. And this little hollow right here is called the intertragic notch. So we're just going to follow that all the way up till we get to the flat part of the ear, which is the low back, legs, knees, and feet. So we're going to massage up 10 times. And now we're going to grab that tragus and we're going to pinch pull that 10 times. And now that's the ear. So we did touch and taste and then hearing. So now we have 3 more. Okay, so the next is thought or intuition. So the temporal lobe is just over top of the ear, and that is where memory is stored. The parietal lobe is behind the temporal lobe, and that contains our movement, our visual spatial muscle cortex of the brain. Now the center line is what we call the cranial pump, which secretes cerebrospinal fluid, which lubricates the brain, the eyeballs, and the spinal cord. So then we have the pituitary gland. So the temple, the bottom of the temple is called the sphenoid bone. So you want to press in on the sphenoid bone, and this fluid, the cerebrospinal fluid, we're going to pull apart the forehead, and we're going to flood the pituitary gland, which is here. Now, the pineal gland is at the top of the brainstem. So if you make little hammers out of your fingertips and you tap the base of the skull, you create an internal vibration that wakes up the pineal. Now, here's the interesting thing about the pineal. It's the size of a grain of rice, and its only function is to regulate sleep-wake cycles. Now, where do you go when you go to sleep? That's a thought, that's a question. I'm going to answer that in 1 week, so you got a lot of time to think about where you go when you go to sleep. So we're going to start with the pineal, and these are about 20 seconds, 10 to 20 seconds. And now the cranial tap. Now, ladies may have some challenges with this because of their hairstyle, but we can figure that out. And now we're going to do friction on the temporal and parietal lobes of the brain. Oh, I forgot. You guys are wearing wigs and extensions and whatnot. You can't get in there. And now you're going to put your thumbs on your temples and you're going to pull apart your forehead 8 times. Now this develops your intuition, your insight. This is your connection to your higher self. The pineal is also called the God particle. Why didn't I remember that? Okay, now the next part is vision. So again, we're going to palm the eye and hold it for about 10 seconds. Now I feel the heat from my palm going into my eyeball, and my eyes are open. Now, there's the orbital eye socket. This is all bone, and you're going to go in the upper inner corner of the eye socket, and at the same time you're going to pinch your eyebrow. And you're going to hold that for about 10 seconds. Then you're going to go to the center, and you're going to go up and under, and you'll feel a little ridge or a notch, but you'll feel that bone, and now you're going to pinch the center of your eyebrow. Now the purpose of this is to increase blood flow to the eyes and also open the sinuses above your eyebrow. And now the outer edge, you're going to push in and you're going to pinch your eyebrow. And now the lower border of the eye socket, you're going to press down and in, and you're going to hold that for about 10 seconds. And now you can press on the tear duct. Now, if you want to hold it longer than 10 seconds, be my guest. You can hold it 20 seconds, 30 seconds, you can even hold it a minute. And when we were doing the ear, we did 30 times. You could do it 300 times, okay? And that's the eye. And now, the last one we're going to do is the nose. So the edge of the palm, we're going to go along the edge of the nose. So we have the frontal sinus, we have the maxillary sinus, and the nasal sinus. And we're going to do this 16 times. Now, the lower border of the nose, there's a little hollow on the face, and you're going to find that hollow with your index finger, and then your middle finger is going to go halfway up to find the nasal sinus, and you're going to do 16 circles to open up the sinuses. Now, doing this one time may not be effective, but if you do it every day for 30 days, it's going to keep your sinuses open. And this is your first line of defense against any airborne viruses. So if you do this every day, you reduce the possibility of you getting infected with an airborne virus. Sounds very interesting. So, how many senses are there? Nose, eyes, thought, ears, taste, touch. There's 6 senses. Then there's also the limbic system, which we'll cover in another class. Okay, that's our bed routine, and now we're going to start our music and continue with our Qi-Gong class. And this is the conclusion of part 1, and now we're going to go into part 2. I'm your host, Dr. George Xavier Love, for the Blue Dragon Qi-Gong Academy. Stay tuned for part 2.